All right, Aquarius, this is your mid-December 2020 Love Taroscope and Horoscope. I'm Ryan with Arrows of Love. Welcome back to my channel. We're going to review what's happening in the stars, and then we're going to pull some tarot cards and a little bit from the Angels Oracle. So let's get right to it, Aquarius. Today is a big day, right? Saturn and Jupiter that have been camped out in your 12th house of endings, the subconscious, karma, rest is finally moving into your first house. So now you are going to be the cosmic favorite, so to speak, for the next 20 years. This is a 20-year cycle. Saturn and Jupiter have been meeting up in Earth signs for the last 200 years. This is the last of the Earth pair up, and now it's going to be pairing up and conjoining in air signs. So Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, and it starts in Aquarius. The first house, that's the house of you. That's your self-expression. It's going to be a push and pull for the first couple of months. Saturn can be very restrictive. It can be about hard lessons, rules, karma, and time. But with Jupiter sitting right next to it, it's the complete opposite energy. Jupiter's expansive. Jupiter's benefic. Jupiter brings in gifts. And Jupiter does very well in Aquarius. Saturn, however, is the co-ruler of Aquarius with Uranus, which is sitting over in Taurus, and we'll get to that in a minute. But realize that in Aquarius, Saturn does a little bit better. This is the masculine sign. The feminine sign that Saturn also rules is Capricorn. So here in Aquarius, Saturn does a little bit better. It's not quite as restrictive, but Aquarius, this is all about the new future. This is all about creating what it is you want. This is about humanitarian efforts, bringing in this new energy. So you are a part of this. You are getting the cosmic green light to be your weird self. And that's what the universe needs right now. That's what the world needs right now. We need Aquarian energy to get through some of the 2020 sludge. This is about technology and innovation. This is about thinking differently. It's also about a little bit about rebellion. Uranus is about rebellion. It's change. It's shock and awe. So we might see a little bit of rebellious behavior over the course of 2021. So it's a lot about lessons, but it also brings rewards, right? So as Jupiter is the faster moving planet, it's eventually going to separate from Saturn. Right now they're conjoined at 0 degrees in your first house. Jupiter is going to move forward. It's gaining speed. We're going to start seeing a lighter energy. You'll start seeing the benefits of having Jupiter in your sign, which it does very well. It's going to cruise through Aquarius, and it's going to dip into Pisces in May of 2021, and then it's going to retrograde back into your sign to do a review. So it's important for you to be on your best behavior in 2021 because great things are coming your way. One thing with Jupiter, it's going to be in your sign for about a year. Like I said, it's going to dip into Pisces in your second house of earned income. So you might see unexpected rewards come in the income and cash front around the May, June timeframe, or at least a hint of what could come, because then it's going to move into Pisces in 2022. Saturn's going to be in your sign for 3 years. So you're going to be dealing with that energy for, the foreseeable future. So it's important for you to clear out the karmic sludge, to reinvent yourself, to take responsibility. But remember, you got to be your weird self too, Aquarius, because that's why you're on this planet. The sun, which points focus on vitality and what it is you're thinking about, where your focus is going, it's going to be in your 12th house. It's in Capricorn. It just moved into Capricorn today. It was sitting in your 11th house of groups, friendships, friends, that's Sag, but now it's in Capricorn until January 19th. So this is all about rest. This is all about the subconscious. This is also about psychic downloads. So if you're getting any crazy dreams or psychic downloads, be sure you're writing those down because those will be important. This is clearing karma. It's a review of the last year, essentially, because Saturn and Jupiter have been sitting in Capricorn, and now the sun is moving into Capricorn. And basically, just let's do a quick review. Venus, the planet of love, is sitting in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is your 11th house. Sagittarius is 11 signs past Aquarius. The 11th house has to deal with friends, group associations, humanitarian efforts. That's you, right? You are the 11th house on the zodiacal wheel. So Venus does well in Sagittarius, but here's the caveat. Jupiter rules Sagittarius and Pisces. Jupiter is still hampered by being right next to Saturn. Those are two polar opposite energies. So as Jupiter separates from Saturn, you'll start to see the benefits of things sitting in Sagittarius, which is Venus. Venus isn't going to be there very long. There's still good things that can come from this, but it's not like her typical self where she reigns in the gifts. Venus is a lesser benefic planet. Jupiter is the greater benefic planet. So Venus brings in money and harmony and love and all the good feels. Today, though, Venus is making a very awkward angle over to Uranus, which is sitting in Taurus. Taurus is your 4th house. It is 4 signs past Aquarius. The 4th house has to deal with home, family, foundation, and the mother. So when I see Venus in Aquarius making this awkward angle over to Taurus and Uranus, this can be, something a little bit surprising, coming from friends, possibly from the home front. But Venus is also making what's called an antitia over to Pluto, which is in your 12th house. That's sitting in Capricorn. Pluto's in Capricorn right now. So antitias are basically things you don't see coming, especially in the 12th house. Those are hidden things. So if today was a little bit shocking, just know that this is passing energy. Venus is going to move out of this kind of awkward aspect tomorrow and the following day. Venus will gain dignity as Jupiter separates. It's going to take a while, but it will happen. Venus is going to be there until January 8th in Sagittarius, and then it's going to move into Capricorn into your 12th house again. December 23rd rolls around. Mars, which gives us our drive and ambition. Mars has been camped out in your 3rd house for the last 6 months. The 3rd house is communication, learning, and Mars is going to make a challenging square over to Pluto in the 12th. So there could be some tough communication coming in on December 23rd. Mars and Pluto, that's the traditional ruler and the ancient or the modern ruler of Scorpio. And Scorpio is the 8th house. Those are things unseen. That's it's the underworld, and Mars can be aggressive. So on the 23rd, Aquarius, you need to avoid any power dynamics, need for dominance. Things could come out of left field because Pluto's sitting in that 12th house. These are things you're not necessarily going to see coming, and communication could be a little bit unexpected here. So, if you can take the time to rest during the holiday season, that's the best. That's the best use of this particular energy, especially Pluto in the 12th. But honestly, it's going to be difficult because people might try to draw you out, or you might just be ramped up and you have things to say. So if you can ground the energy, do some yoga, maybe do some meditating, and try to let things roll off your back, because the 23rd is going to be a very charged day. And to give you some context to this, Mars travels around the sun about once every 2 years. It's not a very fast-moving planet, and the fact that it's in its home sign, Mars rules Aries, which is in your 3rd house of communication right now. The fact that it was retrograding in its home sign, it has extra power. It's potent, essentially, and it doesn't happen very often. So, as a little history lesson, Mars was retrograding in Aries in November of 1941. About a month later, Pearl Harbor happened on December 7th. So this is covert, aggressive energy. Pluto is things unseen. It rules the underworld, right? Mars is the god of war. It can be very aggressive when it's agitated. So Pearl Harbor was a surprise attack, right? The next time Mars retrograded in Aries was in November of 1972. During that time, the Greek president was ousted from his seat. Now, there wasn't bloodshed, but it was still a transition of power. The last time Mars retrograded in Aries was in August of 1988. The Iran-Iraq war was happening during that time, and about 50,000 Kurds were killed through chemical agents. What's interesting about that is that Mars was making a hard aspect over to nebulous Neptune, and Neptune creates confusion. It's known to be, cloudy, hazy. You can see the correlation to chemical agents here. We also heard on the news today about the crash of 747 Pan Am back in 1988. Some legal action is being taken by the Department of Justice. That crash happened through a terrorist attack. A bomb exploded on the plane, killed over 200 people. That happened during Mars retrograde period too. So you can see how aggressive energy comes out. It's imperative that you don't engage, you remain calm, don't lose your you know what. Take some time out for you if you need to during this season. That's what it's for. As if that wasn't enough. December 30th is going to roll around, and it's going to be the last full moon. And the full moon lands in Cancer. So we started 2020 off with a full moon in Cancer, and we're ending it. So this is kind of a bookend. It's a review again. And this is happening in your 6th house of work, routine, service, work routine, and health. Oh, we're going to talk about that. So be sure you're taking care of your health. You're staying on your routine, keeping up with work items. Some things could come up during that time. Full moons are always an end of a cycle. So keep that in mind. It's the end of the year. You might be wanting to formulate New Year's resolutions. Maybe you want to work on the health, work on the diet, new exercise program, anything to that effect would be a positive channeling of that full moon in Cancer. Also know that the moon rules Cancer, so this is potent. It's going to be emotional, and Cancer rules the home and foundations and the mother. So if any of those themes come up, you know why. It's because that full moon is making its way over, into Cancer. Jupiter brings in gifts, though, in your 1st house. Also watch for weight gain. So Jupiter's expansion in your 1st house, watch what you're eating. Avoid, all those rich foods and candies. I know it's very difficult during the holiday season, but Jupiter has a tendency to make people put on a few pounds. So it'd be good to review the diet, get into a new exercise program if you need to. Health matters, work and routine will be very important in the next 30 days. So, all right, Aquarius, let's pull some angels. Oracle, I've been shuffling for a while now. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. Not all the messages will resonate with you. Be sure to check out your rising, moon, and Venus sign. Sometimes those will resonate with you more, depending on what's happening in your natal chart. All right, Aquarius, let's see what's going on. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. I feel like you got that earlier in the month. It's a waiting period. The planets right now aren't specifically in any love houses, so it's a waiting game. You're clearing out the karma. The sun is in the 12th house. You just cleared out the karma with Saturn and Jupiter. So if you've been doing the work over the last 3 years, you're going to be a cosmic winner. It's worth the wait. Things are coming to you. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So maybe you got someone on the radar. Taking your time, watching from afar. Aquarius, you can be a little detached sometimes, so and that's okay. You're supposed to be for reasons, but you can't sit on the sidelines too long. All right, let's give this one more shuffle with the tarot. We'll dive a little bit deeper. Worth the wait. Express your love. All right, Aquarius. 3 of Cups. Celebration. That's nice. The Star, that's you. We'll talk about that. Three of Wands, more threes. Maybe you got a couple people on the radar, not sure which one to choose just quite yet. The Lovers. Ooh, this is spicing up. It's looking to be a good reading. You got choices. Ooh, the Chariot going in a new direction. This is a victory. You got some great cards. Major Arcana here. And the High Priestess, intuition. Very nice. Wow, Aquarius, like I said, you are a cosmic winner coming up here. This is a 20-year cycle in which you are a part of this. Your ideas, your inventiveness, the more you think outside of the box, the bigger of a winner you will be. As far as on the love front, it looks like you got some options here, or there will be options very quickly. So it's worth the wait. The Three of Cups represents celebrations. You know, this is a celebration. It's obviously the holidays. COVID has, hasn't helped this, where you can't necessarily go and see friends, but this is a celebration. So you could definitely be meeting someone in a social interaction. Venus is sitting in your 11th house of groups, social networks. So keep your eye open. If you got things going on, you never know when love might show up. So this is a great card. Or you might have a couple of options and you're choosing, because the Star is you. Maybe you got some people watching you. You don't even know it. This is the 11th house. This is Aquarius. This is Ganymede, making his wishes come true. It's time to wish upon a star. Today's the day. Saturn and Jupiter are aligned for the Christmas star. What are you wishing for, Aquarius? I know things are not always that easy right now, but the power of the mind is amazing. So if you put your mind to it, it can absolutely happen. So it's time to wish upon that star. You got 2 threes here. So let's talk about this. This is the man or woman, don't get hung up on genders, looking out at his options, where to go next. Maybe you're thinking about a new direction. Saturn and Jupiter have been sitting in that 12th house. It might be time to make some changes. And through those changes, good things are coming your way. You got the Lovers. There they are. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Maybe you're trying to make a decision. The Lovers represent decisions. Can also be a Gemini. Maybe you got your eye on a Gemini here. Or a Pisces. This is the Pisces card. This is the Cancer card. Maybe you got a few people. We'll talk about it. But you're definitely reviewing your options. You're making decisions here. Maybe you're making a decision to put yourself out there. But there is some divine order to this, because that's the angel in back there. They're bringing the Lovers together. But you got to make the choice to move ahead, to express that love. And you're definitely going in a direction here, because this is the Chariot is a victory of some type. And the victory is very much you coming into your own during this time. It's a time where you're going to be spotlighted. So it's time to come into your power to bring in that love. Be the star of your own story, Aquarius. All right? That's you. Ganymede is a demigod. Ganymede was the water bearer of the gods. So, and the waters flow into humanity. So anything with humanitarian efforts, helping out people, you never know when you can meet someone. That's usually where it happens, when you got hobbies and people show up. But this is you moving in a new direction. This is you making a choice, and this is a victory. So you start putting yourself out there and you start expressing that love. You got the green light from the universe. Don't hold yourself back. Don't hold yourself back. The last card here is the High Priestess. So this very well could be a Pisces. This is saying use your intuition. Use your intuition about which path is right for you. Use your intuition about the options that are right for you. If you are in a partnership, this is you coming together. This is like a renewal of commitment. This is you taking things to the next level. This is or it's someone making a decision to start a new path. The High Priestess is also representative of pregnancy because there are pomegranates here in the back, right? Maybe someone's looking to expand the family. With the Chariot here and the Lovers, I'd say if you're looking to expand the family, this would be a great time to do it. Got some potent energy here. This is also Cancer, right? So the Chariot represents Cancer. The Cancer full moon is on the 30th. If if you're looking to expand the family during that time, that would be a good day to try if you get my drift. But this has definitely got some intuitive energy to it, and you have to use your intuition to make the right decision here, because you got options. Where do you go? What's next for you? What's your new path? Love is waiting for you. You have to be able to express it, though. You have to wish upon that star. You got to put yourself out there. Let's pull another card for the outcome. Oh, Temperance, very nice. This is you rebalancing. You got a lot of angels in here. You have divinity watching over you. You have divine assistance. You got the angel with the Lovers. You have angel wings on the Chariot in between the Sphinxes. Yeah, you have some divine assistance here. So this calls for rebalancing. This calls for you to heal whatever hurts have come up over the last 3 years. This is Saturn and Jupiter calling on you to sweep it away, clean fresh slate, right? Time to rebalance those cups. Time to put the energy toward what works for you and to let go of that which does not. This is a great reading, Aquarius. This is exactly what I expected for you. You got some great things here. You have to harness the star. It's time to wish upon that star to bring in what it is you want. This is great manifesting time for you specifically, Aquarius, as Jupiter, the great benefic, is going to make its way through there. And if you've done the work with Saturn, if you've learned your lessons, Saturn brings in the greatest gifts. New path, victory, the Chariot. Gemini, Cancer, Pisces. If any of that rings true, use your intuition. The new path is there for you. Great reading, Aquarius. We are going to go into 2021. I'm going to post videos for each sign, so watch out for that. If you like these videos, please subscribe. Click that like button. Until next time, Aquarius, take care and happy holidays.